Today on the beginner series, we go over ride height adjustment and adjusting the spring tension on your shocks. Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and today, welcome to another episode of the beginner series. Now today we're going to be going over ride height adjustment, particularly this little bag that actually came with my Team Associated ProRally right there. This is a bag that has a bunch of extra shock collars to get my ride height just to the perfect size. Now, one thing that is definitely overlooked in a lot of RC vehicles is the height at which the suspension rides at. So right here we have my ProRally 100% bone stock still, and we're going to go ahead today and adjust the level at which the vehicle rides at. As you see, I'm kind of pushing down on it, starting to get a lower and lower stance, and with that we will see some improved handling, especially if we start to drive this on-road environment. Some of the benefits of adjusting your ride height will give you optimized suspension. In other words, you'll be sitting perfectly into the suspension on your vehicle to where you're optimizing the down throw and the up throw on every bump. Also, with ride height adjustment, you will definitely lower your center of gravity, especially if you end up lowering your vehicle. This will help definitely in the turns and any corners that your RC may encounter. Adjusting ride height is as easy as adjusting the tension on the spring here on the shocks. Now, of course, you do have 4 shocks in your vehicle, 2 front and 2 rear, and these little clips right here is what actually determines the amount of spring tension on your shocks. By either removing or adding spring clips will determine the amount of spring tension and thus either raise or lower your ride height. Now, another type of shock on the RC market are threaded body shocks. Now, these utilize this knurled adjuster right here to just dial in or dial out spring tension on your shocks, which thus adjusts your ride height. Now, to measure ride height accurately, a ride height gauge is always handy. Now, there's definitely different ones on the market. I have a couple here that I've used here at the RC Network, anywhere from like a rod design here with different sized triangles to a 3D printed little block, and also on the higher end of things, a ride height gauge that'll do pretty much anything in RC from 10 millimeters up to 40. Now, as far as my ProRally here, it does come with these little clips. Now, installed already on the vehicle are 4 millimeter clips on all 4 corners. Now, inside my kit, it was supplied a 6 millimeter set of rings, 2 millimeter and 1 millimeter. So you can definitely make all sorts of different adjustments, both front and rear, on the ProRally. Now, to measure your ride height accurately, the best thing to do is to have everything installed on your vehicle like you're ready to run it. So you definitely want to have your battery installed and your body installed, anything that would weigh down the car as if you're actually running it. Once you have verified that, you want to make sure that you're on a very hard, flat, even surface. Once you do that, you want to take the vehicle, raise it up about 4 to 6 inches, and drop it squarely onto that surface to take your measurement. Now, I went ahead and grabbed my ride height gauge right here, and you want to go underneath the center and then also the rear and the front of the vehicle, checking for ride height. Taking a quick measurement, I'm measuring it right above 30 millimeters as far as my ride height. So I do want to lower that down. I want to run this vehicle on the road just to see how it'll perform initially before I do go off-road. And you definitely want to have a lower center of gravity and a lower ride height on any high grip or road environment. To lower my ride height, I want to go ahead and remove the 4 millimeter clips, and I'm going to go ahead and ballpark it at the 2 millimeter clip to see what ride height it'll run at that point. I removed the 4 millimeter clips, added the 2 millimeter. It's dropped the car down just a little bit, and I want to go ahead and do the same test I did before and take a measurement. There we go. Grabbing the ride height gauge from before, went ahead and already dialed it down to about 26 millimeters, and let's see what this comes out. There we go. That's right over 26 millimeters. So that dropped the ride height a good 3-4 millimeters right there. be able to get out on the road and have a little bit more stability now in the corners. Well guys, that is my quick look at ride height and adjusting your shocks to get the perfect ride height out on your track, your bash spot, or out on the road, your driveway, wherever you run your vehicle. Well guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Beginner Series, and stay tuned for the next one. Well guys, that is it for now. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it on down below, and as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now guys, over and out.